Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Game Day Squad's Aussie Rules live show. This is heading into round number 6. Cal, mate, you were here this week. Kerm was a beautiful and wonderful substitute last week, if I say so myself. He did a fantastic job, but I'm sure you've missed being here, chopping it up. So first of all, how are you going, and are you ready to rip into this session?
Hey, mate. Yes, I am. Hello, everyone. I'm surprised you brought me back because, as people may already know if they watched the YouTube show on Monday, I beat you this week. Finally got one up on you. So I thought maybe you'd try and extend Kerm for another week. But I'm here. I'm going 2-0 this week. I can't wait to get into it. I don't love this weekend's matchups, like game-wise, but there are some awesome fantasy matchups and a lot of things to think about this weekend. So it's going to be tough to try and crack top 50 this week, but we're going to give it our best shot and hopefully help people give it theirs today as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, mate, we started last live stream a little bit differently, and I want to do it again this week. The lineup news just came out, Cal. Let's have a quick chat. Let's talk about some of the significant ins, the significant outs, and some of the questions that have now arisen because of the players. Is there anyone that you saw in particular with the news? Because I know there was a little bit. There's some fantasy relevant, some not so much.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to let you in on a little secret early. During our song intro there, I've actually made a couple of changes to the slides because I've made a big move and I've made a small move. And the small move I haven't made to my squad yet, but I'm thinking about doing. And it's around Sam Taylor. So he's officially out. And I said I didn't want to drop Harry Mackay on Monday when we had our show. I said I don't want to drop him based on form, but the Giants have the number one defense against key forwards so far, year to date. So I didn't want to be putting Harry Mackay up there. But now Sam Taylor's out. It's got me thinking, do I play him? But the forward lines this week is actually pretty stacked, even without a few of our favourite Richmond boys running around. So I'm still a bit undecided. Thankfully, we've got the rolling lockout, so I don't have to decide everything tonight. But there are a couple of forwards in action tonight that you do have to make a decision on. And I'm keen to see how you went and seeing how other people are going.
For sure. There is some really, really obvious news, and this is Sean Darcy coming back. But I think we'll wait on that one because I know I have a little spiel about that later, and I'm sure you'll want to chime in on that and we can have a proper discussion about that situation. But this is the perfect time. If you have looked at the lineups right now, you are undecided with some matchups. Who should I start, this player or player B? This is the time to put them in the chat. Let myself and Cal give you our opinions on it. And for some of the better questions that are asked, as of right now, I'm going to be giving away some packs. I do want to ask, though, we had a new member recently join our Discord and said he would be coming tonight. So Chicken Burger, I think your name is on the Discord. If you're here, I want to see your question because maybe I can give you a little care package to get your Game Day Squad journey started off on the right foot. That's enough of me blubbing. Cal, why don't you take this one away with your round point? And that is that all you could come up with?
That's all I wanted to speak about. 2-0 incoming. Forget the first 4
what's
rounds.
2-0? You mean 2 and 5?
This week, last week, 2-0. That's what I'm going for this week. That's all I'm thinking about. There are some good footy matchups in there. I'm thinking about a lot I cover on the next one, but I just wanted to let you know that I beat you last week, and that's what matters.
Fair enough. Well, my one here is if the Dogs lose tonight, could this be Bevo's last game as coach? Now, I don't think it will be, but it should be. And that's why I wanted to make that point. What do you think about that situation there at the Bulldogs?
He seems to be like a Ken Hinkley light. They can't get rid of him. I don't think they'd get rid of him this early in the piece. I think they'd need a couple more losses. But yeah, I agree with you. It's probably time they move on. Stop hurting our midfielders. Stop putting Bond at full forward. I'm looking forward to being able to
Jordan Dawson at full forward, man.
You can't. Anyway. I know Bevo's been copping heat, but you can't put that on him.
Yeah, that's true. But just in general, I'm sick of seeing weapon midfielders at full forward. Finn McGuinness, Tag Sheasel again, mate. Well, I feel like we thought this with Collingwood a couple of weeks ago, and it just didn't play out that way. I think Nick Dacos had an extremely good game. They initially had Finn McGuinness on him, and he started off a bit slow, but I tell you what, once that motor got going, he did not stop and look back at all. So I don't think I'm as nervous as I should be for a Finn McGuinness tag on Sheasel this week because he is literally being the best fantasy player in the competition to start this year. How about yourself, Cal?
I've got a different view. I am very nervous about playing Sheasel this week. So I'm playing the All-Star with him. So I am playing him, but
Okay.
I'm super nervous about it. There's no way I could take him out of the squad because I'd watch him go ballistic and I'd be kicking myself. But I'd rather go lose that way than lose by taking him out of my squad. But yeah, I'm a little bit
Fair
nervous.
enough.
I do think it's a little bit different to Dacos, just because he does play a little bit more of halfback Shizel. So I think it's a bit easier to tag him out of the game, go stand beside him. But yeah, I can see a lot of people fading him this week, which would
Fair
be
enough.
a big call. And yeah, I guess we won't know until Sunday afternoon if it was the right one.
Yeah, 100%. Well, the corporate brews, if you're on the Discord, my name is Game Day Tom. Shoot me a DM after this and let me get you a pack for that wonderful question. But here we go. Next slide. What is this, Cal?
Yeah, so I've stuck this in that 5 minutes where your video is going off. Mate, I made a trade sitting here in those 5 minutes.
You made a trade.
I did.
My goodness.
Now, it's only bronze, but this person has come straight into my squad this week.
But he's in the squad. So you've made this trade and instantly plugged them in, whoever
instantly
this is.
Plugged him in. Wanted to find him this afternoon. Didn't have him in. Now, I've traded away a Jason Horn-Francis. Now, you know how much I love him. I want you to have a guess. Have a guess of a bronze playable player that maybe wasn't in your squad. Wasn't in my squad until this point. But let's just say he's had a role change and now he's just gone straight in.
I don't know. There's a lot of people that it could be. Have you been looking at my Discord messages today?
Maybe. Have a click.
If this is... Okay.
Zach Rankin, he's come straight in for me with the Geordie Dawson role. They're talking about him getting that same midfield time. I can't not play him. I think great to have him in my squad. Like I said, I traded away one of my duplicate Horn-Francis, so that was great. So shout out if that was you, if you did make that trade for me. Thank you very much. Shout out in the comment, and we'll see if I can't get Tom to give you an extra pack as a thank you.
You can, but I won't.
But go to the next one because you see my full squad all together for this week. So point number one, I'm going back to my platinum mids this week. So one of the things I'm not doing that I've done every single week, and I'll put my 1 and 2 together, is that Lockie Whitfield Platinum that I've been rolling out, who's just been at the back line there, just eating up points this week. I'm a little bit nervous. Carlton is a better team. And I'm not I think they're one of the highest against defenders as well.
Okay.
So I am a little bit scared about that. I'm not going to drop him, but I've only got a bronze or a platinum, so there's no in between from him this week. But what it means is I've doubled down on that midfield. Sammy Walsh, obviously terrific last week. Merritt, your mate from Adelaide that you met, terrific bloke, even better fantasy player. Sarong can't not find the footy in Goulden. I think against the Suns is going to be a tasty matchup. I think there'll be a lot of goals in that one. So bit of a risky one, but that's how I'm rolling. But this third one is what I really want to talk to you about. Where is English? Where is Timmy English in my squad, Tom?
You're a fool.
Am I?
You are a fool.
I could be. Maybe this is a double bluff. I'm going here. I'm trying to get you trying to go one way and then, yeah.
How many trades you make just with 5 minutes, counting down before the live? I feel like there's another 3 to come before the bounce at 7:30 tonight.
But in all seriousness, I think Marshall's going to be the number 1 ruck tonight. And I don't know if I trust Tim English. He's had 2 poor weeks in a row. And Tristan Sherry's playing at Hawthorn. So he's got a pretty good matchup. So he's got a pretty good floor price. So yeah, I'm not sure if I'm completely sold on that one yet, but it is on my mind. I've still got to make that decision before that game kicks off on Sunday. Maybe fact check that one.
Alrighty. Well, look, let's move it on because I can't believe there's no Tim English in here. Is there anyone still on board with English gang? I want you to represent right now in the chat, firstly, because I have downgraded my English. I had a silver in for the majority of this year, I must say, but I'm still rider, all right? Tim English is too good of a player to not have there, but if you do want to do a cow, you want to do a point of difference ruck, potentially, you're looking at thinking majority of people are gonna play in English and just trust him this week. It could be the play. If it doesn't work out, gosh, you'll have a really, really good advantage. But in my defense, you can see Platinum Sheasel. I've upgraded him. This week, I've got a full, at least silver midfield as well. I've got Whitfield silver, Ryan silver, gold Takos. I'm trying to put my salary cap on players who I think are going to be playing better this week.
Hang on, time out. When did you get a platinum Sheasel? When did that happen?
Okay. Do you not remember the pack opening we did like a year or something ago, and I went bananas over a card? That is that card.
Right. And you put you put like the legend Josh Dunkley on the thumbnail trying to get people.
I think so.
That might have been that one.
Might have been that one. But look,
very clickbaity. But hey, I tell you what, it's still a pretty good card. I do remember now. Yes.
Yeah.
I like
so
it.
That's been just sitting there, and I'm like, why have I not deployed this with how good he's playing? An average of 150. That's getting me 197 points on average this year. So silly of me not to do that beforehand. But Jack McRae was listed this week. I know preseason, that was a player that people were thinking, he's set and forget on my forward line. He's going to be plugged in there. He's going to be killing it. Is anyone starting Jack McRae, firstly? I want to hear that because I personally won't be this week, but I thought I'd pose the question to see, do people have confidence that McRae can come in and do a job? Second one, is it time to bench Luke Jackson? Now, I actually wrote this up prior to hearing the Sean Darcy news today because I looked at his performances and he is slowly but surely getting a little bit worse. Just every week. He was starting off around that 120 range. He then went low 120s, 113. He's gone to 105. He's trending in the wrong direction for me. And I just think I'm looking at these forwards that I currently have in there, and a lot of them are actually trending in the right direction. So I'm thinking I don't want to go a player like Luke Jackson. I want to stick with some of those, the 7 that I have up there at the moment. I just have more faith, at least for me.
That's fair. And I know there's probably a couple of good questions coming through. Maybe you can pull one up. The one I like, well, it's just all basically around Jackson, and someone asked Rankin or Jackson. I think that's a great question this week because Rankin's obviously, do you believe in the role change? And then Jackson, we've spoken about it. Yes, Sean Darcy's come back in. Is he going to be the number 1 ruck straight away? I mean, like if I'm going to bring someone in, it's probably going to be against West Coast. It's a bit of an easier matchup. And then also, I believe West Coast concede more points to opposition rucks than any other team in the competition. No, third most, but not by too much. So it's a bit of a risk, but I feel like this week there's gonna let us know if you're what camp you're in, because I feel that's going to be a pretty even split of people. Like you said, he has been tailoring off, and maybe this is the perfect exit. But then again, he's got such a good matchup. Is this the week to do it? So no, it's a great one. It's a great one.
It's a great one. For sure. Last one. Can you play English and Marshall tonight? Now, I currently have them both in there. I'm really nervous. As you said, playing 2 rucks in the same game, going head-to-head against each other, usually is not a recipe for success because either one will do really well and the other one will play okay. I'm just not sure. I'm just looking at this. I feel like they're the 2 best rucks, so I want to do it. And I'm hoping that them versing each other will bring the best out of each other, and they could both go a bit bananas tonight because they're just going to be in and amongst the pill the whole game. Lots of ball ups, lots of pill to be won, tackling each other. Hopefully, we're going to see a bit of mongrel out of these 2. That's what I'm hoping for. So that's why I'm doing there.
Yeah, and I remember I made that mistake in opening round. I was like, I'm not going to play Gorn and Grundy together. They can't both tee off, and then they both teed off. So yeah, it definitely can still happen where both go off, but obviously there's only a certain amount of hit outs, right? So, but you still want to be playing talent in there. So it's not a bad matchup. It's a little bit like last year, right? Tim English and Rowan Marshall with no Gorn this week, but yeah, I love this question. I was gonna pose it to you because you've gone with 2. I only had the 1. I only had Luke Ryan in there. What are your thoughts? Playing all 3?
I personally wouldn't. I'd pick 2. I do think Young and Clark is a good comparison. I'm pretty set on Luke Ryan. I just really like Luke Ryan's fantasy floor that he gets. Like Cal, I know we spoke about it at Gather Round a lot. He gets a lot of cheap pill. He gets a lot of kick-ins. He gets a lot of points from just like uncontested possessions. It's kick mark for Luke Ryan. And a game like Game Day Squad, that's exactly what you want from your defenders. That's not to say that Clark and Hayden Young can't do that. Hayden Young's going to be spending time in the midfield, which is why I've given him the nod over Clark this week because, tasty matchup. We got the West Coast teams going against each other this week. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be a really good game. But yeah, so I've given the nod to Young personally, but it's a good question.
Can you bring up the Sink's comment? I love that one, and I know you absolutely hate it. That's awesome. One of the other ones I wanted to throw to you as well, just a couple of rapid fire, maybe, because I know people might be thinking this as well, so you can give them your
Fair enough.
thoughts.
Can I clarify one thing before you do it? For anyone that we just brought up the questions, please DM me after. I'll flick you a pack for some great questions. So just some little good comments. We enjoyed that as well. But Cal, shoot away, mate. Go for it.
No Bradley Hill in your forward line this week.
Yeah. Well, look, I understand why people have Bradley Hill, but I'm liking. If I was to sub anyone out for me right now, I think it's Messi. You got a Messi. Look.
No, that's a good one. That's a really good one. And you've gone with a very interesting vanilla midfield. What, like in terms of across the salary cap, did you think of maybe trying to go for a matchup? I went Josh Dunkley too. So I think he's got a good matchup against the Cats. But what were your thoughts there? Would you be tempted if you had like a platinum of one of them to try and push it in one of that direction? Or are you pretty happy with it being spread? There's no one out of those, say those 4 silvers you got, no one's matchups there that you really like are jumping out at you?
Or I would like to get Zach Merritt, maybe a gold, but it would require me either downgrading Sheasel or Dacos, which, look, I might do. I do have a gold Merritt, but I do like traditionally spreading my salary cap across players who I think are going to play better, because I don't like to have, like, your strategy is great because you got all your eggs in one basket, and when it pays off, man, it's going to be fantastic. You're going to do so well that week, but I don't trust myself enough to set a squad like that. So I want to, spread the salary cap around, get a couple multipliers on different players. I do think that most of the players I have put the multipliers on have good matchups. But yeah,
beautiful.
It's a fair point.
And while you move on to the next one, we just had a question. Can I know the year of the app release? So Game Day Squad's app got released February last year. So we're only over a bit of a year old with our app. So yeah, done a lot. We're super proud of. Yeah, super proud of. Still a lot more to go, and we can't wait for that. Speaking of can't wait, I missed this last week. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it when I was here. I always loved roasting you on it. Talk us through. What have we got?
Okay, well, I will say there's been some big changes in my tiers this week. I have gone what I think is a bit cutthroat for some players.
All right, I'm going to be as equally cutthroat on your selection, so dig in.
No worries. Here's my first tiers. I'm going Jack Steele. What a start to the season he's had. Now, that's a player that if I had the silver, I would be starting him, in my opinion.
Right, but you're not even playing his bronze. That was the first one that jumped out of me.
Well, I just think it's not
Tommy Green as well. Tommy Green in neither of our squads.
Actually, sorry. I was meant to make a point of this. I do.
Oh, you snuck him in on the bench.
But I put him on the bench to teach him a lesson. Tom Green, this has not been good enough to the start of this year, so you don't deserve to be in the 5 in the midfield there, all right? So you've been demoted to the bench for the first time, I think, in well over a year. So you better get your ass back into those starters, because I want you there, but you need to earn that at the Zeus Cannons. You can't just be given freebies straight in.
The rest I like. The rest is solid.
Okay.
It's good.
Okay,
no qualms. No qualms early.
But Tom Green, I think every week so far, I've at least had a platinum. So
all right.
Ooh. Here's my golds this week.
It's fair. Merritt, yes, I've done. Ryan, I don't mind. He could have an absolute field day. Whitfield, like I said, I'm a little bit nervous.
Fair call. I know why you're nervous, but I just think his role, it's tasty, man. I think Luke Ryan's going to have one of those games where he just intercepts marks like an absolute animal this week, and that's why I have him as a gold. Like if I could and I could spread salary cap a bit better, I'm smacking a gold on him.
Running all-star green, says Patton. I love that because he is a talent. And generally, talent scores points. So yeah, look, it's kind of like when we're talking about Sheasel here at the moment. It's like, the matchup, but hey, he's more often than not he's gonna go big. So fair enough. And
I said I benched him, but like I would still start. Like it's still to the point where he's gonna be part of my squad. But I'm just trying to see if I can just jam up a little bit, get him going for this week. But here's my platinums. Only one this week.
All right. That's a bit high. That's not a bit high. That's very high. He's coming up against a very, very tough Swans team that you should know, claiming that you're the Swans fan.
I'm not
Talk me through
claiming.
it.
I know I am. Just Sam Flanders is playing off the halfback, so you're not looking at him as a forward option this week playing against the Swans. When you're looking at the matchup data, when you're looking at the type of output you can expect from Flanders this week, I'm looking at him to score. Swans are going to push the ball forward. You did say that. It's going to be, maybe not a favorable matchup for the Suns, but I just think it's going to be down there a lot. They're going to look at someone like Flanders to help them get out of there. How far will they go out of their defense? Who knows? I'm hoping we beat them because, gosh, Kerm's going to have some real estate against me if we don't. But
Well, I'm just checking here. This actually has caught me off guard. Maybe you're going to claim that you knew it. The Swans actually give up the third most points to defenders.
It's just
yes, Flanders is playing he's a forward in game day squad, but he's got that role, like you said, down back. There you go. And then where is it? It's about still about fifth off medium defenders. Yeah.
You'd be surprised how much I pay attention at times. Like you with Rankin, like you only just worked out who's playing midfield. If you checked his CBA data, you maybe
I tend not to watch the mess that is the Adelaide Crows. But unless it's a gather round, then I'll sit and cheer that up the D's. Yeah, no arguments on these two. Both pretty standard. You said you were shaking it up.
But I don't think you've noticed something.
You've left Tim English off. That's what you've done.
I have.
I picked that up. So there you go. So anyone that is worried about Sheasel this week, Tom's just come in and said, don't worry about it.
I'm truly not worried about it.
Don't worry about it. All right. I wish I was as confident as you. But yeah, no, he's a talent. He was so good last week. His all-star card got me 250 points. So you know what? I think you've actually nailed that there for the most part. Surprised. Well done. Credit where credit's due.
You hate to agree with me. So I know if you think that I've nailed it, then I've done something right here. That's good. I'm taking that.
Does anyone else agree that Tom's nailed this?
How's my rankings this week? I know I get a bit of stick, like the Shy Bolton stick earlier this year, but look how that's played out. I just want to...
The week you weren't here, I feel like you were just trying to wind people up with your rankings when it was just me and Kerm because you were just taking the mickey with some of your rankings. But no, you were adamant. You were adamant that you believed it. But no, this is all pretty vanilla. So
vanilla, yeah, I guess. But we put time into these. I'll work out who I think is going to play well this week.
People love vanilla.
Goulden too high off one good game. Like I think Goulden. This is a good. I want to bring this up because
you've poked him now.
You've poked the bear here, but I just want to make a point because he hasn't played as bad as people are making it out to be. Like people are making it out like he's putting up 110s every week. Like if you go through Cal, you can maybe be the backup here whilst I'm talking about this. But he's had a 140 performance, a 130 performance. He's had some good games. Like people are making it out like he's stunk it up all year. Goulden, look, some games he didn't look quite right. I get it, but I'm not nervous about Goulden's output. I think he's only just getting into gear right now. And with what I have seen,
John. Sorry, John. I've got to agree with Tom on this one. And again, I hate doing that. 132 in round 1, 143 in round 2, 100 in round 3, and 153 in round 4. It's a pretty good run. And of course, he just missed out on being the top scoring player in game day squad last year.
It's because how good other mids are playing this year, I think. So maybe that's where the criticism's coming from because you've got people like Steele dropping 150s for fun. Merritt's doing the same thing. Nick Martin had a stretch where he couldn't score under 160, it felt like. So maybe that's why people are looking at it. But if you look at his actual numbers, they're not as bad as I think people are making it out. So
you didn't play Nick Martin this week, did you?
I didn't play him last week, and I don't have him in my squad this week.
Yeah, he was one that I thought about. But again, it's just the midfield's stacked at the moment.
It is. It truly is. So let's move on, Cal.
Let's stack someone else's midfield is what I've heard from there.
Now, I've actually done a bit of a madness here.
You've got more than you need.
I do, because we have had some absolute bloody shockers to start this year. And I'm hoping that what we can do right now is we can have some redemption for some people, because there have been so many amazing people that have waited here, sitting here like, I want to get a player card. We've picked their name. Like, yes, here's my chance. And then it's a... So this is not it. I want the double chance. I want to make sure that we're trying to give away and get the best chance of giving away a card to someone this week. So, Cal, I will let you start us off, mate. Why don't you pick someone that's going to take the first card? You put one on the market for a cent, and then we'll
I'll go John Patton because I felt bad having to agree with you instead of him. Why you load that up though? Poor Riley Sanders has been named as the sub for tonight's game. That man cannot take a break. Poor Bevo's just playing games with him. I agree. You know what? Get Bevo out after this game. Forget what I said earlier. All right. Let's go, John. Let's get us a legend. We're still yet to get a legend or anything close to it on one of these live streams. Looks like your internet, mate. What's happening there on the coast?
I'm not sure. What do I do here?
Give it a refresh.
Is it gone though? Nah, okay, excellent.
If that ever does happen to you, and hit us up. You still get the players, but opening packs is half the fun. So make sure if that ever happens to you, you hit us up. Well, what do we got?
Where do you want to start? 2 golds and a silver on the right. You let me know where you want to go.
Start with the silver, of course. Let's do this the right way. Bailey Dale, that would have been good, 8 years ago? He can go for a cent.
He's up, maybe 4. You know, like he's been horrible for 8 years.
Yeah, no, thank you.
So what do you want to do with that, though? You're going to make a call now.
Yeah, I made a call. He's gone for 1 cent. I'm not going to give no one's
Fair
pocketing him. That's no good. Left. Let's go left. Oh, Billings.
Hey, your favourite player. Where is he in your squad this week?
I sold all my billing cards in rage after picking him in Gather Round. Was it Gather Round? I picked him? Yeah. No, it was the week before, and you were whispering in my ear the Port game. You know what? I'm over it. Billings can come back into my squad. I need one. So I'm going to take him. John, you're going to get whoever is left. That's a goodie.
Mr. ACL, but hey, look, for
don't worry about him. Don't worry about his ACL. That boy's going to come back absolutely fine and dominate for either the Hawks, the Dogs, the Cats, the Pies, whoever is going to pay him the most money. Someone will because he's gone.
Yep.
But yeah, congrats, John. That is your boy.
Just want to pull up this comment here from Hey Dos. Get around Jai Caldwell. I'm actually starting him this week. I had a bronze in my forward line. So, yes, I am getting around Caldwell. I think he's played fantastic over the past couple of weeks. And with Parrish not playing as good as people probably expected, I think he's that person who's jumped in and taken advantage of it at the moment. But we'll see if that's going to hang around because you know how fast footy can move with times and players like Billings. How good did he look at this stuff?
Yeah, that wasn't that a trap that I fell into. But go on, who have you picked out now?
I'm going to go Bowden Ebery because we're going to have 2 selections here. So you're going to be my first. I'm going to pull you up for some good luck. Let's get those magical cards, and hopefully that's what I can deliver for you right now.
Make sure if you do want, we've got 2 more packs after this one, so just give us a comment below if you want one.
3 silvers, come on.
That's about
man.
right. Sorry, Bowden. I should have, waited for me.
Oh,
but
Ainsworth actually isn't horrible.
He's not great either. Not a good start.
Let's go market for a cent. Let's get someone to snag that up. I feel like I've got better here for you, mate. That's why. And I should. Now I'm regretting that.
Hey, is this an omen? Your Swanee's coming up against the Suns this week. This is another Sun.
I might call an audible here, Cal. Let's see.
Oh!
First of all, what is this Liam Commode pack going on? What is this Suns bloody? Just because I'm now on the Goldie and I've relocated, they think you need Suns players.
Curbs. Yeah, it's actually Kerm that does all the packs live. If you've ever wondered how that happens, that's Kerm.
He picked this out. He handpicked it.
So if you ever get a pack you don't like, name. But what have you done?
But of course, are going to get Noah. Oh, sorry, mate, for cutting you off. Bowden, you're going to get Noah, of course, mate.
That's good.
Trade that over to you. I'm going to put Ainsworth on the transfer market for a cent, and then I'll keep the other, which I'll probably never start. But that's okay. Kel, you going to pick your second player?
Yeah, I'm going Justin. So,
perfect.
He wanted a free card. He said, yes, please. Please make it a gold. I will make it a gold. Well, Kerm will make it a gold, like I said. So he's.
Come on, Kerm. Where is he?
I was going to say, does that mean we have a gold?
Silver. Wow. Okay, look, if this is another Suns pack, I might need to go get another.
I've already failed Justin. He only had 1 request. He didn't even ask for a diamond, a platinum. He wanted a gold.
Legit.
All right, we'll see what we can do, though. I can salvage it. No, that's market for a cent. Done. See you later. Bye. Coleman. Oh, I'm going to give that to Justin.
Tough.
It's tough, but that guy's still going to be an absolute weapon. He's still only,
He's a jet, and he's young. So,
yeah. So this one, that means Coleman's for you. Will Power's also another good one. Another good son. I'll take him, though. He'll be my future card. Coleman will be yours next year, Justin. I'm sure you'll slot into your squad into one of the competitions we might have.
I'm going to go... I'm going to give away here. I'm actually going to give away 2 here, I reckon. Let's go and desync.
Coleman is great. Coleman is great.
Let's do it. I'll go first to make this easy. Let's make it easy.
You reckon if we...
I'm going to get you... You want a Sheasel? Only like this... Where was the other comment? I wanted a Sheasel. Here. Give me a platinum Sheasel. Goodness. Well, I've failed you there already. That's my bad. But that's not a Sheasel. I'm going to put that on the transfer market for a cent, and the other 2 I'll give out here. So you can have Laurie, unfortunately, and desync. That's not a great card. I'm so sorry. If you're going to compare him to Sheasel, I feel... what have I done?
Oh, there you go.
Zachy Butters. All right. That's good. That's good. See, that's why we needed the extras, because imagine if we finished without the little bit of extra sauce on top. So I'm glad we did that.
Yeah, nice. Congrats to everyone who won that. Make sure you hit up Tom, annoy him before the game. He'll be able to get those trades across. But Zachy Butters in no one's squads. It was about this time last year he started turning it up. I wonder if he can pull his finger out and become a gun fantasy player again. I don't know in that midfield. It's getting a bit crowded in there. But yeah, I wonder what people think about Zachy Butters and his future. Has he slipped? Is he just going through a patch where Rosie's been the man? I want to hear other people's thoughts. It's very important to me and the peanut butters. He's a very important player. But yeah.
Fair enough. Well, mate, we have 13 minutes to kick off, Cal. So let's wrap up this. Let's quickly talk about this matchup that's coming up and the big news. And what everyone wants answered is Tim English versus Rowan Marshall. Of course, I want to know right now, leave some comments. Who's streaming Bont through their midfield this week? People off him right now. I didn't have Bontempelli in my mids, Cal, from memory. You didn't have Bontempelli.
No, I was just going to say, is anyone else as nervous as I am? Because I'm not playing Steele. I'm not playing Bont. And English currently isn't in my side. And I could just see myself refreshing the scores and seeing those guys, 3 of the top 4 scorers at halftime. And you'll be getting a few messages from me being like, what have I done? But is anyone else? Bont's the big one. Do people trust with that one? Yeah.
Can I ask another? And I want to ask you this directly, Cal. We'll get people to comment.
Yep. Go on.
Wanganeen Miller or Jack Sinclair or both?
Wanganeen Miller, Jack Sinclair or both. I don't know. I'd play 2 this week. I've gone Wanganeen Miller.
Okay. So you've gone, and likewise as well. So likewise.
There you go. There's another one you can add to that collection. There's a lot of really good fantasy players that I just can't get into my squad.
Be nice going Sinclair tonight. Booger. Auntie Booger's going. NVM.
Bont is dead to me. Yeah, I was there. I've been there, desync.
Here we go. This is exciting. Bont, English, Hill, Marshall. You're going to love when you have 4 players in a game. It's either going to make your night or it's going to break it. That's the thing. You're going to have all these players play well and you're going to walk into Friday like scrolling.
Top of the leaderboard.
Yes.
Yeah, it's played at Marvel tonight. It is. Yeah, there you go. Under the roof. Ball flying around. Hopefully, Ross the boss lets the ball fly around. But yeah, no, it should be a good one. It should be a good one. Like I said, there's I wouldn't say there's massive like top of the table games to get super excited, but all of them are really close. So it's an interesting week of footy. I can't wait. Let's get into it. What do you reckon? Let's go. Give me 10 minutes to go set up my squad. Just 10 minutes to ponder
10
whether
I trade. How many trades are you gonna do?
A lot.
Well, everybody that is still here, first of all, thank you so much for coming out. We really appreciate all the support and you coming out. And we gave some good cards away this week, so I'm stoked about that. It was about time we finally had a good card giveaway. For anyone whose questions popped up, make sure you DM me on Discord. I've got some packs for you as well, and you never know what goodies can be inside of those. And, mate, grab a snack, get yourself a beverage, get ready for the game that's about to come up, because I'll tell you what, it's going to be a bloody ripper, Cal. It's good to be back. It's good to have you back, but I'm going to beat you this week. I'm sorry. 2-0 is not a thing.
You're gonna hate it. You're gonna hate me on Monday.
You're only going to go to what you can count to, and that's 1. That's all. That's it. You're going to get 1, and that's it, mate. All right? No more. I don't want any more of this chat. You walked into Monday's show like you had won bloody 10 in a row. Let's say that.
Ken 10, baby. Ken 10.
Ken 13. How dare you? All right, everyone. Thanks so much again. Get ready for the footy, and we'll see you all in our Aussie Rules show next week.